Welcome, Build Out here. Super excited about this video. And in this video, we're going to talk about enhancing stakeholder engagement and communications throughout the life of your project. Improving communications and collaboration with stakeholders are critical to the success of a project. I can't stress that enough. Managing expectations, communicating throughout the life of the project is one way for a project manager to drive the success of the project. So project managers, listen up. This one's for you. But before I continue, let me spend a minute and introduce myself. My name is Bill Dow. If you've not watched my videos before, I have 30 plus years of hands-on experience in the project management industry. Over the last 20 years, I've ran 10 PMOs across 4 different companies. I love this stuff. This whole channel is dedicated to PMO and project managers and really sharing my best practices and my experiences with everyone to ensure that I can help you be the most successful running a PMO or running a project. Let's dive into it. Stakeholders, whether internal or external, are the lifeblood of a project manager, right? So internal stakeholders like the team members or your direct management chain, or external stakeholders like your customers or your operational partners. Regardless of who they are, keeping them engaged, keeping them communicated throughout the life of the project will enhance your success, your chances of succeeding on that project. I can't stress that enough. So what I want to do today is I want to dive into some tips and best practices on how you can keep your stakeholders engaged throughout the life of the project. Starting with number 1, identification and analysis. Right? I think this is critically important that the project managers have a list of their stakeholders. They analyze who's on that list, why are they on that list, and basically have a centralized place they can go to understand who are the key stakeholders on their projects. Right? Understand their roles, their interests, and their influence on the project. I think that's critical and something we don't see a lot of project managers doing today, and I highly suggest that's one thing you do. Number 2, develop a stakeholder engagement plan. Now that you have that list, now you need to thoroughly analyze who are those stakeholders, what's their role, what's their engagement, how do you communicate with them. Again, all those types of analysis of understanding exactly how you're going to work with your stakeholders throughout the life of your project. Number 3, establish centralized communication channels. We often forget about this, but the project manager is the hub of communications on a project. I've written 2 books on this. I think this is critically important. The project manager is uniquely positioned to establish the communication channels on their projects. So what do we mean by that? Email, in person, Teams, right? Slack, whatever tool you want to use, but the project manager needs to drive the communication channels on their projects. And one channel may work great for one stakeholder, but another stakeholder may need another communication channel. So this is why this analysis is so important to effectively communicate with your stakeholders. Number 4, managing expectation and addressing concerns. So when stakeholders raise concerns, when stakeholders raise these, you want to be able to set expectations on how fast you'll get back to them. And what can you do about these concerns? You want to be proactive, you want to drive communications, you want to work with them, provide them feedback. But when they raise concerns, you as a project manager, you want to be able to get back to them as effectively and as fast as possible when the case warrants that. But before I continue, let me ask you a question. How do you connect with your stakeholders? What's working? What's not working? What tricks and tips do you use to connect with your stakeholders? Comment below. Let me know, because I'm dying to understand that, and maybe we can share that information as well. Let's keep going. Number 5, leveraging stakeholder expertise. I can't stress enough how important this is. Oftentimes, stakeholders have ran some of these same types of projects before. So you want to leverage their expertise to really help you understand and help you drive the success of your project. So if you've got a challenge in your project, work with your stakeholders, utilize their expertise, and really drive through and help you be successful driving this project. Number 6, celebrate milestones and success. I can't stress this enough. On the larger, longer projects, you often will have multiple success points, multiple milestones. You want to celebrate those. You want to take the wins and take the accomplishments and really drive that sense of ownership that the team is executing together. And then finally, number 7, continuous improvement and adaptation, right? Stakeholder engagement is going to be an ongoing process, and you want to continually improve. You want to continually work with them, what's working, what's not working, and making sure that you're constantly communicating with them throughout the life of the project. Does that make sense? Okay, let's wrap up today. We've covered it all. We can't cover any more. So let me just wrap up and say stakeholder engagement is one of the most critical success processes to run a successful project. I can't stress enough, right? If you keep your stakeholders engaged along the way, both internal and external, they're going to help you be successful. They're going to help the team drive a successful project. And so keeping them engaged throughout the life of the project will increase your chance of success. Does that make sense? Great. Just a quick reminder, if you like these videos, you like this experience, you like this background, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think, comment below, and I'll see you online. Thanks.